Hey guys, this is Kevin Owens. Make sure to listen to the Wrestling POV podcast. Take it easy, guys.
Wrestling POV is preposterous, is obnoxious, is atrocious, is ridiculous, is churlish, is interesting, but stupid! Wrestling POV is your point of view, bring you 20 years of change in the wrestling business. From the spotlight to the polls, from birthdays to hot tech news. Wrestling news, rumors, and injury report. Covered by the greatest in the whole damn sport. This week in wrestling, who made the book? 5 second shuffle, pay-per-view, points game. Love, peace, and wrestling is what they're all about. So sit back, kick back, and hear them all out.
We are back, guys.
What's up?
Shit.
What?
I mean, I'm just going for the record of how many times I say shit
Oh,
on this
Jesus
show because
Christ. Don't even,
AEW.
like, oh my God.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh,
Shit.
what the fuck? I put that in my notes too. Shit.
Shit.
You know what? Let's break the record. Fuck it. Shit.
Shit.
Oh, shit. All right.
Holy shit.
Boy, do we got some things to talk about today.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Holy shit. Got a lot to talk about today. Dark Side of the Ring is just saying, fuck y'all. Don't give a
Fuck
damn.
them all, bro.
We're going to be talking about that for the Hot Tag News this week. Shit. Wow. Unbelievable. Should we just get on with the show?
Yeah, let's just jump right into it,
Let's
man.
just
We got a
jump
lot to
right
talk
into
about
it. All
today.
right, this week's Spotlight Rick, it's Big E.
Yes. What are your thoughts on Big E winning the WWE Championship? I'm going to say it first. Desperate. WWE was absolutely desperate in making this move this quickly. Are you kidding me? We've just been saying it for weeks now. Big E's
Yes.
need to hold on to this contract for a long time because right now nobody's touching Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns. There's no way you do that.
Yeah.
But it just oozed the desperation from WWE. Monday Night Football comes back. You got all these big signings coming to AEW. They just said, you know what? Fuck them. Let's just fucking cash in on Monday Night Raw and have Big E spoil it and say he's going to cash in on Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No
Yeah, a lot of
shock
people are
factor,
pissed.
nothing there. Yeah.
A lot of people are pissed. But on defense of that, I will say that it's still got a big pop out of it. You know, I mean, people are still excited. I'm one to be like, they could have left this as a surprise anyways.
Yeah.
Regardless, even if they planned on doing that, they still should have just left it as a surprise. Why have him announce it? That made no sense. That's 0 sense. But the question was, what are your thoughts on Big E becoming WWE champion? I don't have a problem with it. I have a problem with how they did it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I do. I have a problem with how they did it. I mean, here's my issue. That suitcase, Money in the Bank, is good for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's good for a year. They had a year to play around with this because I'm sorry to say, Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns, they're both like killing it as champion. This is probably the first time I have 0 issue with both champions being where they're at and who they are.
Yep.
Sometimes it's always like, is he a universal champion? Nah. The other guy, yeah, okay. But this time around, it's like both of these guys are like at their peak.
Yep.
You know, I don't want to say at their peak, but they're killing it. And you do this for what? Is it desperation? Is
It's
it?
absolutely. I agree.
I mean,
I think it is.
I think honestly, I think what it is that USA pissed off. You know, you got this going on over at Fox. What the hell, man? You got to give us something.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry to say, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, next Monday on Raw, Roman's going to be there.
Yeah.
Bloodline versus New Day.
Yeah. And I tell you this much, and I'm not saying anything, they need to kill New Day.
Yes, they do.
Absolutely.
They need to abolish them. This needs to be a squash match.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it won't.
It won't be.
It won't be. No. It's going to be a good match. I'm pretty sure. But it has to be squash.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Clay, what are your thoughts? Oh, good.
Well, while he's gathering his thoughts, Josh Sanders and Matt Novak chimed in on this one. And Josh said this was done horribly. He said number one. So he was doing number ones and twos on this match.
Shit.
He said, why did Big E have to tell us? We all just said that. Only reason we got Lashley versus Orton is because of the NFL. So he thinks it's because of the NFL. He could be right.
Yep.
He could be right. NFL was back on Monday night. There's been a trend that the WWE doesn't really do well on Raw as far as viewership goes. Only the true hardcore fans will watch WWE. I mean, we have to because it's our job. He said number three, at the end of the match, I was just waiting on it to happen. No surprise factor or excitement. Number four, I did predict it would happen, but it isn't going to be a good run because you know why? New Day sucks. New Day sucks. New Day sucks. Only way this piece any interest of mine is either A, man, he went from ones and twos to A's, B's.
Oh, wow.
He said A, one of the New Day members turns heel, and I've been saying that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think if obviously at this point in time, it should be fucking Xavier Woods.
Yeah,
to be the one to turn because he hasn't won it. And he can. Right. The thing of it is, they have it right there, but Vince is on this thing where he doesn't want to split up the New Day.
Too much merch.
Too much merch.
Money.
But here's the thing: they can always get back together. Not now. Yeah. Do it like a year or two from now. Let people soak this part in of like, what the fuck is going on? And then bring them back together. You'll still have the same merch.
Yeah.
Vince, I know you listen to the show. God damn, son. You make $1 billion. You're a billionaire. And you're worried about selling merch? You're not going broke. You're not going broke.
Not anytime soon. You're not.
No. B. He's still writing. He said Xavier Woods goes to SmackDown. It's time for New Day to split up. Yeah. Matt Novak also said it's refreshing. It's a refreshing change, but being the clown New Day character will kill this. He is right there too. Old style E was so much better suited to being a believable champ. He's right.
He is right.
Yeah,
he is right. I do like that version of Big E. The clownness, like him laughing and doing that giggly shit, that doesn't really work.
Nope.
Doesn't really work. Nothing against Big E. I think he's an awesome talent. But this needs to change.
But is he really? Is he an awesome talent?
He is.
Does he do a lot? Like when you really think
for
about
a big guy?
Like,
he is. He's super talented.
Yeah.
I believe.
I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I'm just like skeptical about what he actually does in the ring.
But for a big guy, he does do a lot of pretty cool wrestling moves. His storytelling. I mean, the thing of it is, like, he does. I'm pretty sure whoever he's facing, they're the ones that pretty much call the match. I don't think Big E is capable. To be honest, I don't think Big E is capable of calling a match. He might be. I don't know. I never wrestled.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I think whoever he's wrestling is the one that's calling the match. Mm-hmm. And he throws in his little funniness because he's just too much of a character to call a match on his own. He wants to do the funny stuff, if you notice. The spanking and shit like that. And, I could be wrong. And I want to be wrong because I think he is a good talent. A lot of people in the back love the guy. One of the things that we take out of this is there was someone Photoshop. It was Big E sitting on the apron with the belt, and Brody Lee was behind him, like in a ghostly figure.
I saw that.
That was pretty cool. You know, that was his best friend, you know, and he said Brody would have been so proud and blah, blah, blah. And he responded to that and said, yeah, you know, I was thinking about that in the back. He would have been the first one to congratulate me. So, I mean, but back to the question. Clay, what are your thoughts on this whole shenanigans?
You know, for this, I am really happy that Big E did, you know, cash in, win the title, that whole ordeal. The whole spoiling of it kind of killed it for me. Just saying I'm going to cash in tonight, because in my opinion, Money in the Bank itself, it's supposed to be a surprise. It's supposed to be unexpected.
Yeah.
And when you cash in like that, saying it kills that completely.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think it was the right time for Big E to cash in? Absolutely not. Bobby was killing it. Bobby had his own thing going and basically just destroyed Lashley's whole momentum. And could he get it back? Yeah, he could. But what would be the point of that when you could have built this story of Big E having the Money in the Bank for months to go?
Yeah. And they have done that before.
Yeah.
They have done, I forgot with who. I gotta look back, but I know they've done it to where the person holding the briefcase was like, you know, I want to challenge you for that belt, and I want to use the briefcase for it or whatever.
Yeah.
And they turned it into a pay-per-view. I forgot which one it was. It did happen though. But the thing of it is, they did develop that story leading up to that pay-per-view with him just, you know, oh my God, that's going to bother me.
Wasn't it CM Punk, John Cena at Monday Night Raw?
No, because this was at a pay-per-view. Oh, you could be right. I don't know. But I thought it was at a pay-per-view because they did.
Braun.
Like, the
Braun
person.
did it at the pay-per-view.
Braun. Yeah, it was Braun.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Braun said he was going to cash in, and then, of course, he lost. So
yeah. But no, I'm saying, I mean, so they could have done it that way. They could have, you know, especially him being the baby face. You know, they could have easily been like, you know, though honestly, if they were planning on doing that on Monday Night Raw, they should have just kept it quiet, have him be there, and then when he has that match, because I'm telling you, even though there was still a good response to it as far as the reaction and, you know, because he won, I think it would have been a better reaction, a bigger pop if he just surprised it. But the thing of it is, right now, and honestly, I think, this is my opinion, I think Vince is, and he's been doing this a lot lately. Vince has been just telling people what's going on either SmackDown or Raw. You know what I'm saying? Lately, he's been doing that. Or Brock Lesnar. Like, if we haven't seen him in 2 years, he make sure that people will know that Brock Lesnar's returning this Monday on Raw. Oh my God!
You know,
just to get people to turn in. Huh?
That's one of the things I love about pro wrestling is that surprise factor.
Yes.
You never know what's going to happen. That whole effect, you just kill it.
To me, in my opinion, I think the surprise factor is better than fucking telling somebody just to get viewership. Because here's my thing, is that if you do it as a surprise factor, guess what? People are going to, you know, if they missed it, that's on them.
Yeah.
It's on them. And then because especially with the internet, the minute somebody popped, like, I'm just throwing Brock Lesnar out there, but if Brock Lesnar wasn't there for 2 years, like I said, and then he shows up, you don't think the minute he comes out of that curtain that fucking everybody's going to be online? Oh shit, Brock Lesnar. And what do you think people's going to do? They're going to fucking tune in to find out what the fuck. Wait, what? And they tune in. The loyal fans, the loyal WWE fans, when they come out and they see this, and they're going to watch. So why spoil it for those loyal fans? Instead, you're worrying about people that might or might not tune in. Come on, man.
Well, it's like when you have a cell phone provider, they treat the new customer better than the old customer.
Yeah.
Loyal. Exactly.
Yeah.
Gosh, you got that spot on, brother.
Yeah. But I honestly think this should have been safe for WrestleMania. I think Big E versus Lashley would have been an epic WrestleMania match. I think what they did on Monday Night Raw was trash. I don't like it. I don't like Big E as champion. I don't think he was ready. I think he was still working his way out of this New Day shit, and he
worked his way back in it.
It just, and it missed the mark. I I'm not happy for this title reign right now. It was too soon. He wasn't ready.
Oh, it just started.
Wasn't ready.
It just started. We'll see where it goes.
I guess.
But like what you said, and a couple other fans have said, he's got to change that character. If you're going to be, you can't be like how Kofi was, with that whole deal. You saw what happened to him. He's got to be a serious threat. You can't do the whole New Day shit no more.
No, but he is.
I know.
He will.
I'm just saying.
We all agree.
Yeah.
All right. That was a pretty long spotlight. But it's all good. If you got a suggestion for a spotlight for next week, just drop us a line on our Facebook page and just say, hey, why don't you do a spotlight on this sumbitch? And we might do it.
Yes.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe not. Probably not.
Okay. All right, let's check out our Facebook post. Obviously, the one that a lot of people was talking about also is the Samoa Joe relinquished that word, the NXT title. A lot of people were like, "What the fuck? What's going on?" And Matt and Josh, they were pretty active this week. Josh was saying that who should or who do y'all want to get the title? For me, it's Pete Dunne. He has been loyal to NXT and could be a champion. Another one I'd want to is Tommaso Ciampa. He had to relinquish it 3 years ago. These two guys, and then Clay got involved in this conversation too. A lot of people were suggesting for Pete Dunne to win this title. Not much really to report on this because obviously NXT happened already. But I just wanted to let y'all know that there's questions on there. Or not questions, post on there. But let's go straight on to Karrion Kross. Does he need Scarlett by his side? He looks different without her, in my opinion. He looks different without her. Paul T. Phillips says yes. And Josh Sanders says yes, he's going to get the Aleister Black treatment and then ruin him. Guys, what are you thinking? I mean, because I'm a huge fan of Karrion Kross. I think what they did for him in NXT was that was perfect. And they doing this gladiator shit with him. Like, I don't mind the trunks. I don't mind him doing that to the trunks, but then now he's got the whole thing. No. To me, they're kind of ruining him. What do you guys think?
For me, the whole Scarlett persona that she brings to his character, it makes him, to me, more intimidating to have Scarlett by his side. That whole thing. I just, like I've said before, I feel like with just Karrion, I feel like he's trying to play more of a scary, character, that he's trying harder than he would with Scarlett, because I feel like that intimidation factor would be there with her.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yes, he does need Scarlett. That's a match made in heaven.
Yeah, Karrion Kross was already on the decline in NXT when he started talking more and started being more involved in the promos. And it just got worse once you got rid of Scarlett. Right now, he is at a really bad place, and I don't know if there's any way of him getting out of this. I think he's going to end up like Keith Lee, where you're going to be like, where's Keith Lee? I think it's going to happen with Karrion Kross. I don't think his look alone and his in-ring ability is going to keep him afloat, because his promos are trash, bro. It's bad.
He's not that bad. He's not that bad. I mean, it's good to hear him talk, and he does have that voice to, it's intimidating. He does have it. It's there. And I think he can cut a good promo, but not too much. The combination of him and Scarlett, when Scarlett was doing a tar and he was just standing by, being intimidating, and then he would just say a couple words, that's perfect. That's fine.
Yep.
Right.
They're having him cut these long promos. It's like, it's not working, bro. No. It's you. Cut that very small promo. That's all he needs to do. Even if they're deciding not to go with Scarlett anymore for some goddamn reason, then they should limit it just what he's going to say. Even though it'll be hard, I know that, but Jesus, I just think they need to bring her back to kind of bring some kind of relevance to him and to up his value again. But I think without it, it's just, man,
It's
kind of hard.
ship.
It's kind of hard. RJ Adams says it's too late now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's too late.
I think it is. I think it's over with already. I think
I don't think so. I mean, he just started. To me, I mean, he's only had not even a dozen matches on Raw yet. So, it's got to give it some time, and we'll see where they go with it. I mean, he hasn't gone after a title. Just seems like he's out there destroying people, which is fine by me. It's not good storytelling. It's not great storytelling, but at least they're trying to make him seem like he's a beast, like he's ferocious or whatever. But I don't think he's ruined right now. Not yet. Jesus Christ. Another Facebook post we have, just asking people who you guys got for winning the NXT title. Honestly, that night I thought LA Knight was going to win it.
Wow.
I did.
I for sure thought Pete Dunne. And just to get back on Samoa Joe relinquishing the title, that was obviously a Vince McMahon call, right? Like Vince was like Joe's not hurt. We know that, right?
No, he's not hurt. But I've been hearing stories too that they're saying that Samoa Joe was signed, but not as an in-ring talent.
Yeah,
that he was supposed to be like a scout or something like that. But I don't know why there's a lot going on. We don't know the exact details of it. I wish we did, but I don't know. They're saying he wasn't supposed to sign as an in-ring talent or something, which doesn't make sense to me. Are they protecting Joe for some reason? I don't know, because the comments that Bryan Danielson made about Vince being overprotective at times, it could be that. But is that a bad thing? Is that a bad thing that he's being overprotective? I'm going to say no, and I'm going to tell you why. Because, he is a billionaire, but he's also been sued a lot of times.
A lot.
Yeah.
Okay. And one of the biggest things was concussions and stuff like that. They were trying to blame Vince for that shit. Vince was the more, because again, I got to bring up the Attitude Era. Look at all the chair shots to the head.
Yeah.
A lot of blood back in those times. There was a lot of roughness happening there. And they were blaming Vince for that. So is he playing it safe now because he just doesn't want to get sued again and try, because there's people who are going to do it. Or go ahead.
No, I was just saying I agree 100% with you. With Vince being, overprotective as a boss, as a billionaire, I can see why. And Joe is known for having, the concussion issues, having injury prone, and maybe he was just that thing. But what I'm guessing for Joe to come back, who else would have been serious to beat Karrion Kross for that title other than Joe? I don't know.
That was the right move. I agree with that. But to strip him the way they stripped him without an explanation or anything, it sucks.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, unfortunately. So who did you have, Clay, to win the title?
I was thinking it was Pete Dunne.
A lot of people were saying it.
They could have had that story where Pete could have won the title and then he had Ridge Holland right by him to be like, I mean, he doesn't need a bodyguard, but say Ridge would be that intimidating factor right there with him.
Yeah.
It's kind of a good story there, but I'm okay with Ciampa because then they can have that story and Pete Dunne still could get a chance at the title or get it himself.
Yeah. What sucks is that Pete Dunne just signed a deal.
Yeah, I got
extension.
I got more on that. I got more.
Yeah. So it's you give to these guys that are not loyal. The guy that's loyal to you who you go and do that.
Loyal, I would say.
Yeah, but
but my
we don't know how much time he has
supposed
left.
To be a whole new NXT.
Yep.
with the new talent trying to come in and da. We saw a lot of it on NXT. But again, we'll go over that later on the show. Let's get into the wrestling news from around the world. Take it away, Rick.
All right, before we do that, let's get into some birthdays. It feels like every year I say this person's birthday, and I feel like I've been stuck on the same age. I don't know. But Angelina Love turns 40 years old.
Wow.
I feel like she's been 40 for like 4 years, bro.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin turns 37 years old.
Damn, serious?
Yeah.
They love him in WWE. Vince loves that guy.
Yeah.
He loves him.
Yeah. He kills him, but he loves him.
But he still does it, though.
Yeah. I mean, I would do it, too.
He's on TV.
Every week.
Yep.
Shit. Last but not least, Teddy Long, player, turns 74 years old.
Wow.
74?
I didn't think he was that old either.
Yeah.
Wow.
1947, bruh. Crazy. All right, with that being said, it's now time for the wrestling news from around the world. The Godfather says he no longer enjoys making Legends appearances.
Yeah.
He said that he's been to about 10 WrestleManias as a legend. And once it hits 12 o'clock, whatever, him and the boys would go out to the bars or whatever. He's like, that doesn't happen anymore. And that people are afraid because they're going to get their picture taken and stuff like that. So he's just like, it's work now. It's no longer fun. So he doesn't really want to do it anymore. But he's under a Legends contract. So he has to oblige.
Yep. That's what he gets paid for.
Exactly.
I mean, but at the same time, though, think of it this way, too. And I'm sorry. It's not like he can I mean, he probably could wrestle, honestly. But I've been to a few indie shows where they would bring in, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful when I make this comment I'm about to make, but I'm going to make it. But I've seen Honky Tonk Man at an indie show. And remember his finishing move, which was the neck breaker?
Yeah.
He would do the neck breaker. He would go all out. If you can visualize the neck, if you don't know what a neck breaker, first of all, just fucking look it up. Look up Honky Tonk Man finishing move, and you'll know what I'm talking about. He would go all the way with them to do that move. And at this indie show, I seen him do it. Right? I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna actually do his finishing move. He just went and grabbed the guy and twirled the guy around, and the guy had to fucking really sell it and really fucking seriously. He didn't even move. He just switched his hands around so the guy can do it, and the guy did it, and he pinned him like that. He's too old. He was just too goddamn old. And you're trying to get into the ring, brother. Another example: Jimmy Snuka. Okay.
Oof.
Jimmy Snuka.
Yep.
His finishing move was what? From the top rope.
Splash. Yep.
Splash.
Yep.
When I first started into wrestling, Jimmy was involved in a lot of indie shows that I was in. And I seen him jumping off the top rope. As time went on, as years go by, then I seen him doing his finishing move from the second rope. And I'm like, all right, well, he is getting a little old. But he still does it for the fans. Did he get as high as he used to? No. But he did it from the second rope. And then as years went by, he did it from the bottom rope. Is it the same?
No.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's not. But to see that, I was like, bruh. But then it got worse. Years later, he would do it from the bottom rope, but he wouldn't do the splash. He would do the headbutt. He would just jump a little bit and then do the headbutt.
Jeez.
Guy would fall down and he covered. Yeah. So for me, guys like that, you know, and then don't get me wrong, fucking Godfather can probably still go. You know, he's a big boy. But, you know, take the money while you can. If you got to make these appearances, make these fucking appearances, bro. Get that money. If you got that contract, you got to make that money. Because I'm sorry to say, you're going to do it wrestling.
Well, when we get into the hot tag news, it goes back to that old school mentality of like hanging with the boys. And like, you got to get to a point where you fucking grow up, bro. Like,
Yeah.
when are you going to grow up?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's true. So
moving on, we have Buff Bagwell says he requested rehab from WWE and was denied.
Yeah.
And he's like, a bunch of people used to go 4 or 5 times, but when he requested it the one time, they denied him. I don't know how true that is.
I don't think it's true.
I know WWE is really big on like supporting their wrestlers through rehab and stuff like that. I mean, it's possible, but
I don't
look at your source. You know, it's
I don't think so at all. I really don't. Daphne, okay, Daphne, who just passed away recently. There was a lot of people that said that WWE would have helped her, and these are guys that were former employees of WWE. Okay. Yeah. And not only that, again, I got to point out Jake Atlas. You know, he said they sent him a few times. He asked and they sent him. Yeah. You know, and who's Jake? You know, and I'm not dissing Jake Atlas, but who's Jake Atlas?
Yeah, no, you're right.
You know, you put Jake Atlas and Buff Bagwell in the same sentence, people will know Buff Bagwell than Jake Atlas.
Yeah.
But they sent him to rehab, to counseling and rehab and all that other shit. And Jake Atlas said he owes it all to them for doing that. Yeah. So that's why I don't believe it. I don't. Yeah. He's just trying to look for some clout. Have you heard what he sounds like?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You think Jake the Snake Roberts, you think he sounds rough now? He sounds 10 times worse than Jake.
Yeah, he does.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad. Terrible. And you know what? This last bit of news here. Last week we talked about Billy Graham has been quiet. He's celebrating his birthday. What? Superstar Billy Graham listened to the show and was like, fuck, I gotta say something. He gets on the internet and he talks about Triple H's heart surgery and says, what's up with all the secrets? What's with the mystery? Why don't we know all the details of this surgery? Why he's having the surgery? And he implied that it was because of steroid use. Like, because you can tell if you have this certain kind of procedure, it's because of steroids and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So Billy Graham back on the gram talking shit.
But is he wrong?
I mean, it's his personal business. I mean, like, we don't need to know exactly why he had surgery and stuff like that. Though, that news usually gets leaked anyway. So it is kind of mysterious. And Billy Graham is doing Billy Graham things.
Yeah.
All right, with that being said, it's now time for the rumors with Tony Diaz.
All right, as alluded earlier on the show, Pete Dunne has re-signed with the WWE before NXT on Tuesday. He re-signed. He agreed to a long-term contract with the company. His contract had expired around the same time Adam Cole's did in July. Tuesday afternoon, Dunne agreed to a new 3-year deal, which is actually said to have been personally offered by Triple H before his sideline incident. So he's with the company for 3 years. So
awesome.
My thing is, okay. Here's Pete Dunne, who's a good talent.
Yeah.
I think they did right by him. But it did look like they wanted to sign Adam Cole also. And speaking of Adam Cole, he did put a squash to those. Everybody listening, it's done. Stop saying this shit that he was supposed to be a manager, because he responded to that. And he said, that's news to me. I didn't hear about that. They didn't offer me that. He goes, so no, he goes, that's not true. So stop with that. Cut it out.
Yes.
Even though it sounds fucked up. But he said straight up, he said, no, that didn't happen. But Pete Dunne, I mean, 3 years. I'm going to ask this question, though. Between the two, Adam Cole went to AEW, and I'm only bringing it up because both of their contracts was up. Why would Pete Dunne re-sign with WWE? I mean, is he going to be put in the main roster? Is he going to stay in NXT, go to NXT UK if NXT UK is still around? What do you guys think? I mean, why would Pete Dunne re-sign for 3 years?
Maybe to get, potentially on the main roster, maybe to have more of a push.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with WWE, and Pete is a smaller guy, which that sort of thing. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe he gets a bigger push when he gets on the main roster, and maybe they promised him that, maybe not. I wasn't in the room, so that's my only guessing.
Well, the funny thing is that he's always been saying how one of his dream matches, I guess, is to be go up against Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson. He idolized the guy, so that was one of the things. So I was thrown off by that. I was like, oh shit, Daniel Bryan is over in AEW. I shocked, but then again, who knows what they offered him? Who knows? I think he should. I think he's better off in the main roster, to be honest. He can, he's just too much of a badass for NXT, in my opinion. Rick?
I think, honestly, he's going to be an NXT loyalist. I think him, Gargano, and Ciampa are there forever. And
that's the other question, too. Yeah. Gargano, his contract, of course. I'm just getting sick and tired of this already. Just because the contract is up, that doesn't mean shit. God damn.
We tore down the fourth wall, bro. It's open. Everything is open now. We know everything. And it's smart marks.
For me, it's like, who cares? But then I have to throw the question out again. Because Tony Khan says he's got more tricks up his sleeve coming up this year. Whatever the hell that means. As long as it's not no more exploding rings. But my thing is that, and we brought this question up last week. If Tony Khan is signing all these people, how are they going to get TV time? You going to do another show?
I would say AEW is going to have to make Rampage a 2-hour show or have a third show. I hope and pray they don't. But that's what they're going to have to do if they keep signing how they're doing. Mm-hmm. Old WWE guys or, from people from New Japan, they may bring them in. I don't know. That's the only way that they're going to have to. And I can see them testing it right now with Rampage being a 2-hour show next week.
Oh,
so that's...
That to remind me.
No, dude. Shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
11 hours of wrestling now.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
And finally, Braun Breaker, which is a fucking dumb name.
You had it. They had it, Tony. They had it. They had the perfect name. It was right there. Yes.
It was there. Even I could say it. Rex Steiner. Yeah.
Yep.
Again. Apparently they don't want the commentators to acknowledge his daddy or his
ridiculous.
Uncle. That is bullshit.
It's stupid.
One of the greatest tag teams of all time.
Yeah. And they can't mention, and the name is there, but then of course it's because of copyright. They want to own the name, and they, for some reason, they can't own Rex Steiner. So I don't know what's up with that. I don't think his real name is Rex. His name is something else. So why not?
Exactly.
Why not? But the rumor is he's expected to get a big push in the next couple weeks, in the coming weeks, actually. So. We kind of saw it a little bit on NXT 2.0.
Shit.
Yeah.
Stupid. That was dumb. No, don't like it. Go back. Rewind the whole thing and go back to just regular. Now, you know what? I'll reserve my comment for when we talk about NXT 2.0.
Don't fix.
I got for the rumors. What's that?
I said, don't fix something that's not broke.
Yeah, but that's how WWE is. That's all I got for the rumors. Clay, what do you got for injury?
I have no injuries this week.
Awesome sauce. Now let's get into this week. Hot tag news this week.
Oof.
Ooh, Dark Side of the Ring. My God.
Flight from Hell.
Flight from Hell. They released the whole set for the next season. Luna Vachon is one of them. There's a bunch of others. I apologize if I don't know what all of them are. But the biggest one everybody wanted to know, but which is interesting to me because on WWE Network, before they switched over to Peacock, but I think it was still on Peacock too, Storytime.
Yep.
WWE, it was on there.
Yep.
but this one is different. Apparently,
they pulled it too.
They took it off. They even took it off. So I mean, dark side of the ring, Ric Flair. Rick. Speaking of Rick.
All right.
Rick.
Yeah.
Check.
All right. So, dark side of the ring. 20 years ago, plane ride from hell. They were flying back from England after a tour, and a lot of shit went down on this plane. You had Brock Lesnar and Mr. Perfect getting into a brawl. You had
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had a lot of gambling and a lot of stuff going on that plane and drinking and stuff like that. The main thing though was Ric Flair walking around with his robe on and nothing underneath, and Rick sexually assaulted a stewardess, flight attendant. He was swinging his penis around and grabbed hold of her hand and put it on his junk. And the way this was told on Dark Side of the Ring, namely Tommy Dreamer is the big name that got destroyed in this. He's been suspended from Impact Wrestling because of his comments indefinitely. He was saying that was just Ric Flair living the gimmick. I think anyone would be lucky to want that and stuff like that. And it was just like,
he said that?
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
Yes.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Ric Flair's penis? No, I'm kidding.
Woo!
No, you saw the episode, Rick.
Yeah,
I didn't see it. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, it's on Vice.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why. Did you see it, Clay?
I haven't seen it yet, no, but I saw the preview to it.
I did too.
I remember this story coming in of the flight from hell and everything, but I haven't seen the episode yet.
Yeah, the one thing I saw with Jim Ross saying that if he never has to talk about that again, he won't.
Yeah.
A lot came from this. Tommy Dreamer suspended indefinitely from Impact. Ric Flair's commercials have been pulled.
Yeah.
I will say this: Ric Flair's Woo is still in the beginning of WWE's opening. Yep. I was listening for that on SmackDown. That's still there.
We'll see Monday on Raw.
Yeah. RVD was talking about drugging women was a natural thing back in the day, and they would take turns with women, and it was just like, what the fuck, bro? And that's why, like, when I hear like people like Godfather talk about, oh, he wants to be with the boys and do things that they used to do back in the day, it makes you question, what the fuck were you doing back in the day, Godfather? Like you just start to question all these things. I think this is absolutely horrible. It's deplorable. It's fucking shit. It's horrible, bro. And there was rumors going around Ric Flair was going to sign with AEW and be Andrade's manager. Yeah. And everybody's saying AEW, Tony Khan, don't fucking do it. Like, people are done with Ric Flair and Tommy Dreamer. Yeah. And you know what? I have to be like fair when I say this. Fuck them both. That is just.
But
that's not.
I want to know more about this whole Tommy Dreamer thing. I'm not defending Tommy Dreamer, but what did he say exactly that people are like, fuck Tommy Dreamer now? And
Because he was just saying that, oh, that's just Ric Flair living the gimmick, and you wouldn't. Any woman would be lucky enough to have Ric Flair go after them and stuff like that.
That's not all right, bro. Yeah. There's no gimmick in the world that would make that fine in general. None.
Yeah. And you know what? Let's be real. Ric Flair's been doing this for fucking eons, bro. Styling, profiling, and shit like that. And it's just like, he's gotten a pass. He's gotten plenty of passes, I feel like. He's had plenty of shit get thrown his way, and he always finds a way to get himself back in the business. Like, it's crazy. It's ludicrous.
I don't know. I got to see the episode. See the episode. I mean, I'm not defending Tommy Dreamer nor Ric Flair. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them to do that. Even Justin Credible was in there talking about that, because apparently he was there too. That's who else? RVD. there's some crazy shit that happened that night, in that plane ride. They even said that somebody was cutting somebody's hair. That happened.
Yeah.
They were
Okay, I think I
knocked
do
out.
remember that.
Like I don't know who they were talking about, but somebody got their hair cut.
Uh-huh.
And he said that, and also like there were punches thrown, and and then I guess what's his name? Jim Ross was saying, "Well, that's what you get when you have an open bar on a flight."
Yeah.
Kind of true.
Yeah.
Kind of true. So makes you kind of wonder, is it really so bad that talent nowadays are playing video games in the back instead of going out drinking?
Yeah.
I know AJ Styles doesn't do that shit. He just goes right to the hotel room and plays his video games.
That's a safer
really
way.
that bad? Huh?
And that's a safer way than going out and.
Of course it is.
It's just you're playing video games and to yourself or with buddies. It's safer for the wrestlers in general. So it's kind of a positive thing.
Yeah, and think about it this way too. Back then there wasn't cell phones and cameras and shit like that.
Right.
The internet didn't even exist. Nowadays, it's out there. Is AJ smart for doing it? But I heard AJ's been doing that for years anyways, even before WWE. So that just goes to show his type of character and, who he is as a person.
Yeah.
New Day, they do that too.
Yeah. Woods has got up, down, down.
Yeah. I was going to say with the exception of Xavier Woods and his extracurricular activities. If you don't know, you don't know. I'm not going to repeat it on here. I'm just kidding. But even still, he does. He has that up, down, down. But then again, here's my issue though. Okay, since we're on that subject, with a lot of these guys playing video games and doing a Twitch stream, because if you guys don't know what Twitch is, all it is you watch them play video games.
Yep.
And I guess apparently you can chime in and talk to them or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Twitch. But they're there and they make money off of it. But here's my issue, but I understand with WWE also when they say that they want some of that or you can't have it or whatever. I don't think they should have the right to tell somebody. At least they're not out there fucking drinking and being stupid and shit like that.
Exactly.
Why tell them they can't have a Twitch stream?
Yeah.
Why not? They're making money. They're making extra money.
Right. I think they should be able to.
I think so too. For me, I just think it's dumb to tell them, but here's the thing. I agree with WWE because they're using their WWE name. Yeah. And I get that. But then all they have to do is just say, just like how it is on their Twitter. What's Big E's? I forgot what Big E's is. He has a different name, but underneath it says WWE Big E or some shit like that. I'm not really too familiar with Twitch either, so I don't know. Not Twitch, Twitter. Sorry. So there's a way around it. You don't have to be a dick and tell them you can't have a Twitch.
Right.
They make him, so what? A lot of people were saying that's why Adam Cole left. I don't think that's the reason Adam Cole left. But think about it too. Zelina Vega was very verbal about it before because she had a Twitch stream. Paige, she has a Twitch stream. She makes a lot of damn money. Yeah. A lot of money. Apparently, I forgot how much. I think it was, before I reported it was like $40,000 a month or something like that.
Jesus.
Now it's up even more than that. It's like,
wow,
what the fuck? Let them make their money. Damn. That's $1 billion company. And you're going to be that fucking greedy to tell them? So what? They're using the name. So what?
Just for example, like you said with Paige, like you're not letting her wrestle. So
yeah,
what are you supposed to do?
You're not even using her.
No.
Yep.
So let her do it. Like, I don't know. that's just the thing with me. Like like Tony said, I understand using a WWE name, but all these guys and gals can use their own name or make up some, name and all that, and people will find it. People will, if you know that Paige or Woods or whoever is doing the Twitch, people will find it. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah. I just think it's dumb that they're doing it this way. Stupid.
Yeah.
Let them make their money. You guys are $1 billion fucking company and you sweating that? Speaking of Paige, did you hear the rumors with her?
No.
Apparently she put out like Twitter saying something about that she'll be back or some shit like that. And then she put a date on it too, which was January.
Okay. Royal Rumble.
Oh,
Yeah.
Could be. She wants to come back.
Oh,
Now, was her neck injury as severe as
It was like on the same thing as Edge, I think.
really?
Yeah.
Edge is
Very
back.
similar.
He's
Yeah.
out there wrestling. Would they use Paige in a minimal capacity? Yeah.
Yes.
Are they going to put her in the title picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if they're going to put Edge in there, why not Paige?
True.
Yep.
That is true. So, anyway, Dark Side of the Ring, the plane ride from hell. I'll probably be watching that later on today. I just, like I said, I couldn't find it. I thought it was out already, but I couldn't, or not out, or some shit. I don't even know what I'm saying. But the one I'm looking forward to seeing, though, honestly, is the Luna Vachon one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to seeing. Because did you see the commercials or promos for that one?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. I gotta wonder now. I'm like, fuck. Anyway, do you guys remember the rest of them?
No.
What else was going on?
No.
I know there's some indie guy on there. Who's the other one? I forgot what the other one was. But I did saw the one on Nick Gage, Dark Side of the Ring. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
No, I refuse.
Oh, dude's a piece of shit, and you idolize him. He robbed the fucking bank.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Trash.
Yep.
Robbed a bank.
Went to jail. That whole ordeal. Came back. People were saying that, free Nick Gage shirts.
Yeah.
That's like, dude. Like, I don't know.
Stupid.
Yep.
You guys idolizing this fuck? Why? Because he does a hardcore match? Ooh, that takes a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Fuck
Nearly dies in a match.
Yeah. Stupid. And then what he did to David Arquette.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was major fucked up there.
But my thing is, who the fuck is Nick Gage? And I'll say that to his face. I'll smack his face, as Rick would say. Who the fuck is Nick Gage?
A piece of shit.
And those that are fanboys of his, I don't give a fuck. Shut the fuck up with Nick Gage. Piece of, and you know what? I'm disappointed in Tony Khan for bringing that piece of shit on there. I didn't know any, because I don't know Nick Gage. I'd never heard of him.
I didn't either until Dark Side of the Ring came out, and then I'm like,
oh, really?
Yeah, I had no clue who he was until I saw Dark Side of the Ring.
I'll take it back. I heard of him, but I didn't go out of my way to see a fucking match, because all I heard about him was that, he's like, he loves doing death matches and shit like that. I said, that's all he does? He doesn't do a regular match? He just likes doing death matches? Yeah. So why am I supposed to watch it? Anybody can do a death match. There's no skill in doing a death match. I'm sorry.
You just gotta be fucking insane to do it.
Stupid.
Yeah.
This thing is dumb. You fucking hit somebody with a light bulb. Ooh. Painful. Ooh. Give me a fucking break. And then you try to rob a bank, bro? Mm-hmm. Fuck out of here. See, that's why sometimes, and then I look at Vince and his fucking, in WWE, I'm like, apples and oranges.
Yep.
Rotten apples and oranges. Let's take a pause, guys. Let's take a pause. When we come back, we got This Week in Wrestling.
Hi, I'm WWE superstar Charlotte Flair, also known as the Queen, and listen to Wrestling POV podcast, and always do it with Flair. Woo!
Hey, this is your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle. Listen to the Wrestling POV podcast. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
And we are back. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go to ProWrestlingTees.com/WrestlingPOV podcast and make sure you get yourself a t-shirt today. We have 7 t-shirts available for $19.99 plus shipping and handling. You don't want to miss out on this great opportunity. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/WrestlingPOV. Get yourself a t-shirt today for $19.99 plus shipping and handling. Tony, it's time for This Week in Wrestling, and it's time to get raw.
Yes. Raw this week was quite interesting. We'll start off with the low points. For me, the low point, I had a couple of them, but no, actually, my lowest point was Dewdrop versus Eva Marie. Are they done with this, or is there something else going on with Eva Marie?
They need to be done with this.
Oh, my Lord. It's ridiculous. I hate it. I didn't like it. Eva Marie just showed that she cannot wrestle at all.
Nope.
At all. Terrible. I gave it a 1. I only gave it a 1 because Dewdrop knows what the fuck she's doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like I said, it's just bad. Just very, very bad. Clay, what are your low points?
My lowest point of Raw, and I don't know if you guys agree with me with this, but for lowest point for me was Damian Priest versus Jeff Hardy for the U.S. title. I gave it a 1. I honestly thought that Priest was off his game. Jeff, I'm trying to be the nicest way possible. Jeff Hardy has, yes, taken a lot of bumps in his day. I'm sure he is hurting, but I feel like he is just twice as slow now. And when he does wrestle, it just, I don't know. It's not Jeff Hardy to me. Like he is off. And I'm, like I said, I'm trying to be nice as I can be because I'm sure he does hurt from years of wrestling like he has. And I just did not enjoy this match. And the whole storyline with Priest and Sheamus, I'm looking forward to, but this match just did not do it for me. So I gave it a 1.
Wow. Rick, your low point.
You know, I had a bunch of low points, but my lowest point has to go to Nikki AHS, according to Sonya Deville. I mean, what the fuck was that? Botched the name. And then the match with Tamina was atrocious. It was deplorable. It was pure shit. And the winner is Tamina. So everybody was just fucked up because Nikki won the match. And the announcer says Tamina, the music plays for Tamina. You got Sonya Deville saying the wrong name. What the fuck was going on with this Monday Night Raw? It was just terrible. That was absolutely the worst part for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately. High points. For me, there was a couple of them, but the one that stood out for me as far as match-wise, there was 2 of them, but I'm going to go with Orton and Lashley. That match. Let me tell you something, and I said this in the beginning of the show. Lashley is just on a different level, and then being with Orton completely changed that too. You know, he was face to pace with Orton, and it was a good match. I gave it a 3.5. It was that good for me. Rick, what was your high point?
I have to agree with you. That was my high point. Everything else was pretty low on this show. I was not into Monday Night Raw.
Really? You thought so?
Yeah. I even gave this match a 2.5. I wasn't too impressed with it either. But yeah, this Monday Night Raw wasn't high for me. I gave Damian Priest and Jeff Hardy a 1.5. You know, Charlotte, Shayna Baszler a 1.5. I was just like, there's just something about this Monday Night Raw that just was not hitting it for me. And so Lashley Orton.
You saw completely raw. Completely different raw. Serious. Because I thought even the beginning it was pretty good. But before we go into that, Clay, what was your high points?
It was the same as you guys. It was Randy Orton versus Bobby Lashley. I gave it a 3. Bobby is on another level. And the fact that, you know, Big E cashed in, it made it worse. You know, like, I just don't know. Like we said earlier in the show, about the Big E cash in, but the match itself, I gave it a 3. I thought these guys worked well and told a good story. So that's my highest point.
Yeah, and I tell you this much for as a side note, Bobby Lashley, like I heard it was a work now, but I wrote it in my notes. If Bobby Lashley was working the knee injury, goddamn, he was very convincing. And I heard it was a work. I was like, shit, serious? Man, I was like, that right there. And then of course, like for a hot second, I did think to myself, and I was like, shit, he's legit hurt. Is he really going to do this? Or is he calling like time? But then when he went on with the match, I was like, okay, no, he's not hurt. He's selling that injury, which I don't want to say it makes sense for Big E to win, because I think Big E could win without having Lashley have an injury. But it's just the way I just want to commend Lashley for working that injury, that knee injury. Because like even looking at it when he put was it Orton through the table?
Yes.
Yeah. Even looking at that, and then I saw, and then the way the table went a little bit back towards him, that's why I thought it was legit. And I was like, holy shit, no, he's hurt, man. I knew he was hurt. And then when I found out it was work, I was like, oh, he worked me, motherfucker. That was good. Yeah. Overall, I have Raw at a 2.4 this week. I thought it was pretty good.
Wow.
So I thought it was pretty good. Rick, what you got?
I went the opposite way.
Yeah, I had that feeling.
1.3.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in the middle of you guys. I gave a 1.95.
Wow, okay.
So,
all right. With that being said, it's now time for AEW Dynamite.
Boom.
All right. The lowest point for me, I got to give it to the MJF promo. I'm sorry. This was disgusting. I don't understand why they keep giving him the stick, and the stick is the mic. I don't understand why they keep giving him that mic, and they keep telling him to go do your own thing. It's fucking disgusting. He's a disgusting piece of shit. I'll say that to his fucking face. He's a fucking worm. I don't think he's anything. I don't think he's talented. I think he's garbage. I don't know why people keep giving. And then when I say that kind of thing, people call me a hater, or people say, you don't understand. He's one of the best heels in the business. No, he's a piece of shit. He's cheap heat. He's disgusting. He's horrible, bro. Don't talk about my fucking father, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, yo, Brian Pillman Jr., you're coming off like a pussy, bro. I'm sorry, bro. There's just something, like, Tony, you said it in the business. If someone comes up to you and says, yo, I'm thinking about saying this tonight, you have to fucking put them in their place and be like, don't you fucking dare talk about my father, bro.
Yeah.
Don't you dare fucking say that shit. Like, that's not going to happen. Come up with something else, you fucking little fucking piece of shit. I hate MJF, bro. He's trash, bro.
I can see that.
He's trash, bro. And, 0.5. And then the even dumber thing was, how are you going to have a sit down with Pillman right after?
Right?
Like,
yeah.
It just didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Nope. No.
Shit. Tony, what was your low point at Dynamite?
Yeah, other than that, I'm trying to see something else here I have. Malachi Black. Surprisingly, I have that as a low point. And only because, I mean, seriously.
Rosario Dawson had no business being there. No one knew who she was.
No.
We didn't even know. I'm a huge fan of Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But
the fans didn't know.
If people didn't watch the Big Show, is that what they call it?
The Big Show? Something like that.
I watched it. Go Big Show. Yeah.
Go Big Show.
Yeah. I watched it.
The thing of it is, if nobody saw that, or nobody's like a huge movie buff, they wouldn't know who Rosario Dawson is.
They didn't. The crowd didn't pop at all.
No, I would have been all over Rosario Dawson.
And Tony, why the fuck was Cody coming from the fucking crowd?
Exactly. Everybody was asking that.
Yep.
Everybody was at. Why is he coming through the crowd? Why, Cody? What the fuck are you doing?
Man.
Serious?
Yep.
Remember what I said last week? I didn't want to give this a 1. I really didn't, but I did because that whole thing did not make sense. I love Malachi's Black entrance, though.
It's awesome.
But I just couldn't do it. So, yeah, I gave it a 1.
All right, low point, Clay.
You know, it was the same as both you guys. I had the MJF promo, 0.5. Get this guy. I understand he can cut a promo, but what he's saying about the whole Pillman family is fucked up. I don't care what anybody says. Stop it right now, because you are going way too far, dude.
But what if, and I'm not playing devil's advocate on this one. I'm not at all. But I'm going to have to. But what if Pillman did say, no, it's fine. I told him to say
That's
that.
why I called him a pussy. That's why. You're a pussy, bro.
That's just with me. And like I said last week, my family is everything to me. I don't care if it's, work, if I want to get on TV, blah, blah, blah. Don't talk shit about my family, especially like his mom and dad, are messed up or was messed up. And to talk like that, I get pissed. And that's just me. I would not enjoy that at all. So what you do, whatever. I'm tired of this whole making fun of it.
So I'm going to continue playing devil's advocate. You're in Brian Pillman's shoes. Okay. You're trying to get on TV, trying to get exposure for yourself. And you tell them this and they'll be like, all right, well, we're going to go a different route then. We're going to go do something else. You'll keep tagging with that one dude and probably be on Dark and all this other shit. I mean, still sticking to
I'm not in the right place. Yeah, I'm not in the right place then. Yeah, it's true, but I'm not in the right place then. If you think that you have to embarrass me and my family so I can get over, then I'm in the wrong place.
I agree 100% with Rick.
Okay.
Honestly.
Yeah. Just a honorable mention, other low points I had, Dan Lambert's promo, 0.5.
You didn't like that?
Terrible. God awful.
You know who that girl was, though? The girl that was in there? She's. Let me tell you something. You think everybody says Ronda Rousey's a badass? That's Kayla Harrison. Master judo, black belt, fucking. She's a bad bitch. Yeah. I was shocked to see her there. I was like, what the fuck is she doing there? She is a nasty woman. Actually, because Rick, you're a fan of Impractical Jokers.
Yes. Yes, that's her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're a fan of Impractical Jokers, Clay?
Absolutely. Yes.
The one where Murr got flipped onto the table.
Yes, I do. The whole party deal.
Yeah. Okay. She ended up throwing him in the swimming pool at the end. That's her.
She looked smaller on AEW compared to when she was on Practical Jokers. I thought mainly because she made Murr look like a
but think about it this: she's in that ring. She's in there with a bunch of big dudes too.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
She is going to stand out a little bit. She is. She's not tiny, but that's a bad woman there, boy.
Yeah.
I wanted to throw that out.
Yeah, I just didn't like Dan Lambert saying shit a bunch of times. Brian Danielson saying shit a bunch of times. It was just like, what the fuck? Why?
Shit. What is going on?
Bro.
Apparently, if they cuss, they think it's more serious, I guess.
Does it really make them like stand out more? Or are they rebellious now because they said the word shit? So fucking change it up. Say ass.
My high points of this episode was Adam Cole defeating Frankie Kazarian. I gave it a 3. Thought it was a solid opening match. I thought Cole definitely showed why he's one of the best in the world and what he does. And Frankie Kazarian can go with anybody. I'll never question that man's talent. Clay, what was your high points?
My highest point was FTR versus Dante Martin and Matt Sydal. I gave it a 3. Listen, guys, Dante Martin is talented. And I will say that right with Jungle Boy. Them two can go. I love watching Dante Martin, and FTR can go with anybody too and make it a good match. So I gave it a 3.
All right, Tony.
Yeah, actually, the 3s that I gave was the 3s that you both said. Good. Yeah, it was a good opening, especially for Adam Cole. Adam Cole did make a comment and said that he wouldn't be who he is right now if it wasn't for him being in WWE. So
that's good.
Hey, he wasn't bashing him, but he was saying that he's matured, he's known the business more, and all this other shit, because of WWE. So
You know, I want people to understand too, and this is my thing.
Mhm.
Just because one guy leaves to another company doesn't mean they have to shit talk the other
Yeah.
company.
And that's
Mhm.
the problem. They always thinking that they have, well, fanboys, and I'm just going to say fanboys, they always believe that they have to shit talk about that company, about that another company. That, you know what I'm saying? Just like what you were saying, Clay. So, yeah, no, I agree with you.
Yeah. Overall, I gave Dynamite this week a 1.4.
God damn.
Clay,
You just wasn't liking wrestling this week.
wrestling was bad this week, bro. I'll be honest. It was a bad week. Clay.
I gave AEW Dynamite a 1.8.
All right, Tony.
Well, before I give my overall, I do have side notes.
Yes.
And I got a bunch, so just bear with me. CM Punk, I kind of liked him on commentary. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying that as a bad thing. I really am not. But
Yeah.
I kind of liked him on commentary. He brought a lot to that table. Let me tell you. I mean, I know people are going to hate on me for this. Nothing against Jim Ross, but I think he needs to go. He needs to go. I'm not saying CM Punk needs to do this full time, but I was enjoying myself listening to him talk while the wrestling was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
really
not forget, he did that in WWE when he was injured.
Yes.
And everybody loved him on commentary. Like, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he was correcting these dudes too.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that move. It's called this. And then they laughed about it. But the way he did, like, he didn't do it in a dickish way.
Yeah.
Right.
Dickish a word?
It is now.
Yeah, you made it your
Okay,
own.
I just made it a word, but he wasn't being a dickish about it. He wasn't being a dick about it. You know what I'm saying? He really wasn't. Go back and listen when he was correcting them. I forgot on which match though. And one of them was doing something. They did a move, and he called. I think Excalibur or Tony Schiavone called it something, and then he was like, "No, it's called a blah blah blah." And then they kind of giggled about it, but he wasn't being a dick about it either. Yeah. So I really did enjoy myself. But another side note I said, is it me or does the AEW do a lot of ring and backstage promos?
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Too many promos.
It's too much.
Yep.
Get some wrestling in there. You guys are signing a bunch of people. They're going to want some fucking TV time.
Yep.
You want them to go to your company, and then yet you're doing nothing but fucking promo after promo. Come on now. Come on. And the other thing, too, they need to be careful with going into the crowd. And I've been seeing that a lot lately. A lot. Hence the shit with Malachi Black and Cody Rhodes. You know, them fighting into the crowd and shit like that. And, I think Cody grabbed somebody's beer.
Yeah.
Malachi, too.
Oh, Malachi did that too?
Towards the end, a guy handed him his drink. Malachi grabbed it and then threw it at Cody, and then they went to commercial.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Both of them threw drinks at each other.
But either way, they got to be careful. But even still, CM Punk, when he stage dives down to the crowd too.
Yes.
And the only reason why I'm saying that is because I had that experience. I was the wrestler, though. And actually, you remember Tony DeVito from the Baldies?
Yes.
ECW? Well, I had a match against him, and it was a hardcore match. And he hit me in the face with an ironing board. I went flying over the ring. And at the time, I had my boots were military boots because I was doing a military gimmick at the time. And I flipped over the railing and, of course, with my feet swinging around, and I hit a fan in the face. I broke his nose. And yeah. And I mean, the thing of it is the company got lucky at that time because he wasn't filing a lawsuit or anything like that. I swear to God, this fan said this. He was an older gentleman too. Now, mind you, I think I was in my late 20s when this incident happened, and this guy was probably close to 60.
Oh boy,
but that's how old he was. Yeah. Like I said, it was luck because he didn't sue the company. He wasn't seeking damages or nothing like that. He just said, and I quote, "I'm just glad I was a part of that." He said. So, I mean, but the company did issue him free tickets for like a year's show worth, and just to keep him coming back. And he did. He went to every show we had. He was right there front row. So of course, when I came back and I saw him, he had taped up shit on his nose, and of course I had to fuck with him, because I was a heel. But yeah, that's the reason why. I mean, to me, it wasn't a bad experience, but it was an incident that did happen. And, I'm just saying, I just don't want anything to bad happen to AEW, but they got to stop with that. There's a little bit too much with that. Again, a lot of shit bombs during the Jericho promo, especially during the Jericho promo. There was a lot of shit bombs in that one. I was like, give me a break. And also Jade Cargill. The woman is now 15-0, no title shot. Ruby Riott is Ruby Soho, thank God, it's only 1-0. She only had one match, and she's in the title picture because of that fucking Battle Royal that they had. Now, I wrote that angry. The Jade Cargill one I'm talking about, because when the match first started, obviously they showed their record and shit like that. So when I saw that, I was like, she's 14-0? What? But then I saw the match and I was like, ooh, maybe that's why they don't put her in that title shot. She is still green. Wow. The look is there. The talent is not. So we always complain about AEW having this thing where it's, the wins and loss matters, but then I see why they're holding off on Jade Cargill after I saw that match. I did. The thing is, I gave that match a 1.5. Layla Hirsch was trying her best to make Jade look good, and Jade still couldn't do it. A lot of mistakes, and I was just like, whoa. But I still wrote it down because I still wanted to talk about, I see why they don't put her in that title picture yet, because she still is. But I didn't even know she was 14-0. With that being said, though, my overall was 1.66 for AEW.
All right. Wow. Yeah. And I just have one last thing to say. Why is Moxley in all the fucking main events? And why is 2.0 there?
Exactly.
This
a lot of people were pissed about that,
bro. Come on, man.
Like, a lot of people were pissed about that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Fix it, bro.
Yes. All right, we are going to NXT POV. Low points for me. Do I have to say it? The Index Wedding.
Really? You didn't like it?
No, I did not like this whole story. I hated it from the beginning. Why is it the main event? Is my question on this whole thing. I gave it a 0.5.
Honestly, and I'm not sticking up for them though. I'm not sticking up. But the reason why they did, because I was asking the same thing. I was like, why is that last? They could have easily taped it. Okay, they could have, because I don't think nothing really happened for them to for anybody to spoil it. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this: they were live and they wanted to do it live. Okay, I get it. But obviously, as you saw, they had to take the ring ropes out and all that other bullshit to set it up for the wet. So that's why. So, yeah. But no, I do still agree with you though.
I hated this whole thing from start to finish. Rick, your low points.
Bro, it has to be B-Fab defeating Katrina Cortez. B-Fab was blown up in this match, and it was like 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
And when I say blow up, that means like she was gassed, like she didn't have air, she couldn't breathe, and it showed in the promo right afterwards, like she couldn't breathe. Like it's just bad, bro. It's like that was B bad.
Yeah.
Tony, your low points.
Carmelo's promo.
Yeah.
My thing is, who the fuck is this Trick dude? I never even seen him.
I don't know either.
My thing is, when he was grabbing the mic, I didn't understand the thing he said. What the fuck did he say? I have no idea. But you want me to believe this dude is credible? I will say this. He is tall. That's a tall dude. But I can tell already this is going to be a huge failure.
Yep.
Huge.
Terrible heel turn, by the way.
Huh?
It was a terrible heel turn also.
Yes.
I will agree with that. Yes.
Bad. I gave it a 0.5. Terrible. Oh, very bad. Didn't like it.
High points for me, I had to go with LA Knight versus, I hate to say it, Braun Breaker.
Really?
Wow.
I gave it a 2.5, and that was my highest point. I do like Braun's look. I do like that he could be. I'm glad that he is getting this push. And to make LA Knight lose, I wasn't for that because he was supposed to be in the main. Supposed to be.
That's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
But I do like Braun Breaker, and that's hard for me to say.
Yeah.
Like me with Ruby Riott. All right. You want to go, Rick?
Yeah, my highest point has to be Ciampa winning the fucking title, guys. Like, come on. He defeated Pete Dunne, LA Knight, and Von Wagner. Von Wagner is the son of the guy from the Beverly Bodies. If you guys didn't know that. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But Ciampa getting his belt back. I gave it a 3.5. So I was really excited with this match. I thought it was a really good match. I think Von Wagner showed that he can go. Apparently, Vince McMahon is very high on this guy and sees him as a WrestleMania main eventer.
What? He said that?
Yeah. He's already saying that. So it's just like, whoa, dude, relax. Leave your horses. But yeah, and when it comes to the Braun Breaker match, I needed more, bro. That was a short match, especially for somebody
short.
For LA Knight, who's in the main event for the title. You just jobbed him out, bro. So
there was other people he could have done that too.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. Boa's been getting his ass handed to him. He should have just threw Boa out there.
That's true.
It's true.
Yeah, that was my high point, though.
Wow.
All right, and Tony.
My high point, Rick, you said the main event, so I'll go with because it was tied at 2.5. It was Imperium versus Briggs and Jensen.
Okay.
Imperium, I don't want to say it, it's like how I feel about the Young Bucks. I don't like them, but I like their wrestling. So that's how I felt about it. So I had to be fair. So I gave it a 2.5 though. Average. Yeah.
Overall, I gave NXT a 1.6 this week. Tony.
I gave NXT a 1.55 this week. But my side notes I have was just doesn't make sense to put LA Knight in the match against Braun to lose and then fight for the NXT title later on that night. Didn't make sense. And a question that I have, what has Kushida done for the fucking Cruiserweight title?
Kept it.
Huh?
Kept it.
Yeah. I'm like, I didn't even realize it until he came out. I'm like, oh, Kushida. Oh, wait, he's Cruiserweight title. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
What's he done for it? Give me a break. Oh, I got 1.55 for NXT 2.0.
All right, and Rick?
The lowest score of the week for me, 1.2.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Yeah, NXT was bad, bro. I was not feeling it.
But what about the look? The overall look? Everything.
They tried.
I like it better. I like it better than the older NXT.
The older NXT.
The older NXT. What, I said at a time? It is.
A little bit.
My bad.
A little bit.
My bad. Rick's influence. But no, I do kind of like it because it's a little bit brighter. You can see the crowd a little bit, even though they dimmed it a little bit. But I like the ambiance. I like better than the old NXT.
Okay.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Right.
Shit.
Right now it's time for the SmackDown breakdown. Suck it. Lowest point for me for SmackDown was Boosh defeating Robert Roode. I gave it a 1.
Really?
I don't like what they're doing to my boy Robert Roode, bro. Like,
yeah.
like,
Jobbing out.
Not only that, it's just I don't like him with Dolph Ziggler anymore either. Like, this guy deserves to be Intercontinental Champion, United States Champion, possibly a WWE Champion. The guy has the look. He has the technical savvy. He has it all. Yeah. Like, you know what? I'm putting Robert Roode in the spotlight next week, and we're going to talk more about him next week because the guy needs to be spoken about. But yeah, that was my lowest point. Clay, what was your lowest point in SmackDown?
My lowest point was Zelina Vega and Carmella versus Toni Storm and Liv Morgan. I gave it a 1. I just wasn't into this match. Though I hate the ending of the match where Carmella acts like she's got a broken nose and then you just end the match there. I feel like it just kills their whole momentum going, and then go to the back and she's all, well, hi, I'm better now. Like, no, come on. Like, have an actual match. That
was a perfect impression, by the way, of Carmella.
Oh, well, thank you. I tried.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Tony, what was your low point of SmackDown?
My low point was Happy Corbin versus KO. Nothing really even happened. So it's like, so they're going to drag this out a little bit longer. But I gave it a 0.5.
Yeah.
Those are, there were other lows I had on this show, but that was the lowest for me.
And I have to say this. Paul Heyman and Kayla Braxton is fucking comedy gold.
Yeah.
I
love
the way he talks to her.
Yeah.
You're flirting with me and all this other shit. Like, why are you here? You have no sources. Blah, blah. And it's so good because it fits his character perfectly. You're a coward with Roman Reigns, but as soon as you leave that room, you got all this fucking confidence and you're going to come at a woman and try to put her down. It's fucking genius. It's fucking
great.
Perfect, bro. And I love it. My highest point had to be Big E and Finn Balor defeating the Usos. I gave it a 2.5. I thought it was a really good match. I thought the Usos looked good. You can't have Big E lose. Even though the Usos are the tag team champions, he's the WWE champion. Yeah. He's not going to lose his first match after winning that title. Clay, what's your high point of SmackDown?
Same as you, man. I gave it to the Usos versus Finn Balor and Big E. I gave it a 3. I thought, and again, Usos work well with anybody, pretty much. Balor and Big E did some good spots in it. And like you said, you can't have Big E lose his first match as WWE champ. Just doesn't make any sense. So I'm glad that Balor and Big E did get this match. And yeah, I gave it a 3.
I will also say this. That Finn Balor backstage segment, trash. Like, the transformation, no. That transformation, like, let's stop doing that, bro.
Remember that?
Yeah, yep.
Right?
Yeah, let's not do that no more. And Tony, what was your high point of SmackDown?
Same thing. Usos versus Big E and Finn. I gave it a 2.5. I got more to say, but we'll wait till after. And just some side notes here. Hometown celebration, really? She's a loser. She lost the title. Exactly. Why is she getting a hometown celebration? And then Kate showing up and turning her the big ass key to the city.
And who we're talking about, people, if you don't know, is Bianca Belair having a hometown celebration in Knoxville, Tennessee. Mm-hmm. Kane was there and all that stuff. Becky Lynch came out and it was wanting to shake her hand and whatever, man. And what are your thoughts on Naomi? Naomi getting in the Sonya Deville's face.
I like
Apparently
that.
She got kayfabe fined.
Yeah. She got fined. Kayfabe. Yeah.
I do like that though. I really do. But am I looking forward to a Naomi push? No. Unless she joins the bloodline.
Yeah. That's where she needs to go.
Other than that, just by herself, don't do it.
No.
Don't do it.
Or she interferes in Bianca Belair's and Becky Lynch's match on behalf of Becky Lynch. And then and Bianca can start a feud. That I would like to see, to be honest.
Okay.
Don't push her to the title picture yet.
No.
If you're going to go with this, and if she's going to end up being a heel, fucking go with her fucking feuding with Bianca. Because everybody loves Bianca. Let's be real about that. But I think if they're going to do like this heelish thing with her, have her interfere in that match, costing Bianca the title, and then because I think that's going to be the best way to do it. And then have her and Bianca feud for a while somebody else jumps in for that title picture.
Yeah, I agree. Overall, I gave SmackDown this week a 1.5. Tony.
Yeah, before I give my overalls, there was a lot and again, for me, it didn't make sense with the Roman promo and then Big E coming out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm like, but I see why they did it because they're setting it up for Raw. So I understand that. But still, my thing is it just, for me, that made Big E look like a punk. Yep. Okay. And the reason why I'm saying that is because they were all saying, well, how come we didn't do it to Roman? Oh, because you can't beat him. And then you show up the next, it's like, wow, to me, that just did not make sense at all. It didn't. Again, I wasn't pleased with this SmackDown. It was a complete different SmackDown than it was last Friday. But I gave it 1.22.
Wow.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm telling you, it was for me. It was an overall bad week altogether. Clay, what was your low point? Overall, sorry.
Overall was a 1.8. I had it tied with AEW Dynamite.
Oh wow!
All right. Yep. Interesting.
But let me ask you a question though before we go on to Rampage. Which one you thought was a better show, being that you had it tied? Or are you going to wait till after? I'll
go ahead and say it. I honestly was more invested in Dynamite than I was SmackDown.
Okay. All right.
Honest. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Now we're going into AEW Rampage. Yes.
Shit.
Lowest point for me was Anna Jay versus the Bunny. I gave it a 1. Was not invested in this. I just, the whole match in general, I was just not invested in. But I will say something though. The Bunny and her facial reactions.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
That part I do. She does really good at her facial, how she is pissed and this and that, which I will respect that. But the match itself, no, was not into. Rick, high points of Rampage, or low points, I'm sorry.
My low point, Matt Hardy's promo, 0.5. It was just bad. I didn't like him being out there and then doing the Orange Cassidy thing and cutting the guy's hair.
Yeah.
It was just...
What?
But he's all over the place.
But here's my thing. Does Orange Cassidy really have that much of like long hair for them to go after? I mean, what the fuck? That's new to me. Why are they going after his hair? For what? It looks like a normal haircut. It's not like he has no fucking hair. Doesn't make sense. Oh my God.
The whole thing, Matt Hardy's dipping his toe in everything, man. Oh, next week we're gonna have an 8-man tag. Next
He's
week,
trying to find something that's gonna work.
Yeah, and it's just not working for me. So I gave that a 0.5. No. It was terrible.
All right. And Tony, low points.
Low point for me, Britt's promo. And I'm a fan of her promos, but this one was
shocking.
Garbage.
Really?
This one was garbage. Yes, because and then Ruby comes out, okay, and you can tell the big difference between her cutting these promos in WWE and how she cut her promos on her own. Okay, because they don't tell them what to say. Okay, so you can tell the big difference between those two. And I didn't like it. The only part I did like about this promo was just the simple fact that Britt Baker said you got fired from that other company. That's why you couldn't, or that's why you were doing whatever that you were doing. But I gave it a 1. Didn't like it.
Wow. Okay. Well, high points for me was the Ruby Soho versus Britt Baker promo. I gave it a 2.5. I really thought the intensity was there. The match going into it, I was actually invested in. Just in general, I thought they did cut a decent promo. And I will agree with Tony that, you can tell a difference between Ruby Soho and Ruby Riott. I will agree with that, but this just made me invested in this match. So I gave it a 2.5. Rick, high points.
All right. You know what? I don't normally do this because I'm usually a nice guy. But Clay, you need to shut your ass because the highest point is clearly Lucha Bros defeating the Butcher and the Blade. I gave that a 3.5.
Yeah,
tag team title match. It was really good.
It was a good match.
Listen. Ruby Soho saying about Britt Baker getting banged in the back. Yes, that made it fucking great. I thought it was a good promo. I didn't think it was bad, but there ain't no way. Like the Lucha Bros tying the mask to the rope. I thought that was genius. I thought that was cool. I thought it was different, and I thought overall it was a great match. So I gave that a 3.5.
I had him tied at 2.5. So I want to make that clear. I didn't want to say that match was shit because it was good, but both of them were tied. So I had
your POV. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Tony, you're hype.
Yeah, no, it was Butcher the Blade versus the Lucha Brothers, but I have it at a 2.5. There was a lot going on. But it was still a good match. It was, I don't want to say good match. It was an average match. That's why I gave it a 2.5. So yeah, wasn't too bad, but average.
Right. Overall, I gave AEW Rampage a 2. Tony.
Oh,
wow. I gave AEW Rampage a 1.62 this week.
All right, Rick.
And I gave Rampage my highest score this week, a 1.7.
Wow.
That's saying a lot.
Jesus.
All right. It is now time for Raw versus Dynamite versus NXT versus SmackDown versus Rampage.
Yes.
Currently, Raw and SmackDown have 6 to Dynamite and NXT's 5 to Rampage's 0. Guys, I'm sorry. It was shit this week for me. Shit. I did not enjoy wrestling this week. If I have to pick one, I'm going with Rampage this week. Fuck it. Let's do them one. That's my take on it. Tony, what's your pick?
Well, how I have my rankings this week, I have Raw, AEW Rampage, NXT, and then SmackDown dead last. So I'll go with Raw this week.
All right.
Gotta give it to Big E at least.
Yeah, I feel like with me, and again, I'm not proud to say this, but I'm gonna have to go with Raw this week. And the highest was a 1.95. That's, I will agree with Rick. Most of it was kind of bad, so I'm gonna go with Raw.
Yeah.
All right, so Raw's gonna go ahead 7 to SmackDown, 6 to Dynamite, and NXT's 5 to Rampage's 0. Don't worry, Rampage, we'll get you one of these days. All right. With that being said, Tony, let's open up the book.
All right. Those that are new to the show, basically what we do is we put the most ridiculous things that happen in the week of wrestling. And it's just things that we just either get annoyed with or find funny. And we do it just to get a good laugh because we still need it. Everybody, you still got to laugh nowadays. With that being said, you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All righty. The way. I kind of want to take them out, and you guys are going to be shocked to hear me say this, but they're starting to grow on me.
No.
Really?
Yes.
No, dude.
Johnny Gargano, the way he's been acting lately, and I got Candice LeRae too. The way they've been acting, I'm like, I'm starting to chuckle more.
Oh my God.
The wedding. The wedding, I was laughing more with Johnny Gargano, just the way he was, and they're growing on me. They're growing on.
We'll give it one more week. We'll see.
Yeah.
Tony's hatred for Sasha because she sucks.
Stays.
Clay.
Come on.
Well, it was his birthday last week, so
It was,
but that was last week. Yeah.
So that was
What the fuck?
Heyman's googly eyes.
Stays.
Yeah.
Morrison's cock-a-doo-doo-doo.
Stays.
It stays.
Okay.
Sasha's ghetto laugh. I think whenever she comes back, if she does that laugh again, then it stays. But if she comes back and cuts a promo, and then if she doesn't do it, I think that's when we can take it off.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Baldy Sam's go fuck yourself.
Fuck him.
Stays.
Aziz's jacket.
Stays. I hate it.
Omos's choppers.
Yo, they just look terrible, bro.
They put him in.
He needs to
bleach
fix
or
that
something.
shit. Yeah.
Kevin Dunn's camera shots.
Sucks.
They're saying he was the producer for NXT 2.0 this week too.
Yeah, him and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reggie's lost accent.
Stays.
I want to take it out just because I don't want to talk about Reggie anymore.
That's true.
The 24/7 shit is just annoying, bro.
You know what? Yeah, let's take it out because I don't want to talk about Reggie no more either. Cody's damn ego.
Stays.
Britt Baker's badonka booty butt. Stays.
Yours.
That's yours.
Jesus. New NXT logo.
Stays.
Kross's BDS.
Stays.
That's terrible. Oh my Lord, that's bad. Orton's extra large shorts.
Oh, stays. Yeah, and that facial hair is disgusting too. It's terrible, bro.
I think he's trying to make himself look older.
Right?
Oh my Lord, Rick's camera.
It didn't fall.
Take that out. It didn't fall this week.
That's right.
You take that out.
It didn't fall. Imagine if it falls now. Well, it's going right back in. And Reggie's flippity flips.
Well, you
Take
can
him
probably
out.
take that out.
Take him out.
You want to take it
I
out?
want someone.
You want to talk? Take that out too. You just don't want to talk about him no more, huh?
Don't want to talk about Reggie. I'm over that shit. I'm over the 24/7 title, and now Drake is trying to make it relevant. It's like, no.
Yeah. That's it for the book. If you guys have any suggestions on putting something in the book, just drop us a line on our Facebook page, and we'll probably put it on there. Sure, why not? That's the end of the show. I'm done. But after we close the show, we will play the 5-second shuffle game where if you're new to the show, all it is that I play a random song out of my playlist. I just hit the shuffle button. I only play it for 5 seconds. These guys got to guess who it is, what it is, where it's from. No, I'm just kidding. First 1 to 5 wins. Right now, our current champion is Rick Serrano III. And we talk about the 24/7 title. I think this is equal to that. So yes. With that being said, I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with the $50 man,
Clay Cummings,
and the third wheel,
Rick Serrano III.
Love, peace, and wrestling. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace out.
Okay, Rick, you got champion's advantage. You can choose to go first or pass it off to Clay.
Give it to me.
All right, here you go. It's the first one.
Is that Ahmed Johnson?
No, it is not. Clay for the steal.
Is that RVD?
No, it was Kona Reeves.
Oh. Who?
Yeah, exactly. Right?
All right, Clay, this goes to you.
All right. Is that Boogeyman?
No, it is not. Rick for the steal.
Is that Snitsky?
No, it is not. It's Chris Masters. Remember him?
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, Rick, this goes to you.
Yep. Is that Sasha Banks?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Sasha Banks, the piano version.
Mm.
That's what it's called, the piano version of her song. Holy shit. All right. I didn't think you were going to get it. Wow. You're up 1-0. Clay, this goes to you.
Is that Brock Lesnar?
Yes, Brock Lesnar.
Okay. That threw me off a little bit. I was
It
like,
did, right?
yeah.
That's called the Enforcer.
Mm.
And that was from the older school Brock Lesnar. All right, tied up at 1. Rick, this goes to you.
Is that Billy Kidman?
No, it is not. Clay for steal.
Is that Psycho Sid?
No, it's Ivory. Remember Ivory? All right, Clay, this goes to you.
Is that Rick Boogs?
No, it's not. Clay.
I'm gonna hate myself. I'm gonna hate myself for not getting this one. Is that Andrade?
No, it's Drew Gulak.
Fucking, I hate that shit.
All right. It goes to Rick, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Here you go.
We don't get hype. We stay hype. You know it, bro.
The Hype Bros?
Yes, the Hype Bros.
Yes.
The Hype Bros. Good call. Every last second, that's when Zach comes out and says his line. So, yeah, that was a good call. I thought you was going to say Mojo. Yeah.
Mojo.
Yeah. All right, so you're up 2-1. Clay, this goes to you.
Is that Test?
No, it is not. Rick for the steal.
Is that Edge?
No, it is not. Remember, there's AEW's in this one. This one was Lance Archer's.
Oh.
Yes. All right. Goes to Clay. Here you go. Wait.
Rick.
Rick, yeah.
Goes to Rick.
Rick.
Here you go.
Yep.
Is that Conor Reeves?
No, it's not. Clay for the steal.
Is that Bushwhackers?
No, it's not. It's Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd. All right, now it goes to Clay, right?
Yep.
Yep.
There you go.
I hate myself for not knowing this. Honky Tonk Man.
No, it is not. Rick for the steal.
Oh, I should have been wasting time. Is that Tori Wilson?
No, it's not. It's Jeff Jarrett.
Oh,
I
God.
knew it was fucking Jeff Jarrett. I don't know why I didn't say Jeff Jarrett.
All right, goes to Rick. Here you go.
Yep.
Is that Jurassic Express?
No, it's not. Clay for the steal.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Close, but no cigar. It was Ultimo Dragon.
Oh, darn it. Oh, well.
Had the dragon in it, just the wrong dragon.
Yeah, wrong dragon.
All right,
Darn
Clay,
it.
this goes to you.
Is that Tommaso Ciampa?
Yes, Tommaso Ciampa. There's only 2 ways to go with that song, and you picked the right one. So it's tied up at 2. Rick, this goes to you.
Rey Mysterio.
Yep.
Yes, Rey Mysterio. You're up 3-2. Clay, this goes to you.
Brie Bella.
Yes, Brie Bella. Tied at 3. A couple softballs in there for you. All right, Rick, this goes to you.
The Bella Twins.
The Bella Twins, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
All right, 4-3. Clay, this goes to you to tie it.
Razor Ramon.
Yes, Razor Ramon tied at 4. Very last one. Man, it was like, what, 4 or 5 softballs in a row?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Rick, this is for the win.
Call to me, call to me.
Maurice.
No, it is not. Clay for the steal and the win.
Summer Rae.
Summer Rae, yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Way to go.
Yeah.
There you are, the new 5-second shuffle champion.
Shit!
Shit, yeah, exactly that. We don't know the right.
Feel good.